Hello, my friends. Welcome to my home studio in the beautiful Catskill Mountains in upstate New York. I am John Morrell, and I've been tagged by my man Tyler over at Simply Fragrances. It's a tag video called Fragrances That Need More Love, and I'm excited to do this because there are so many fragrances that need more love. I think many of us in the frag community talk about the same fragrances over and over again, and I get it because they're great. The ones we talk about are great. So I think this is a great video. It's a fantastic idea. Tyler's doing two versions. He's doing a niche episode and he's doing a designer episode. I'm going to combine the two. I think I could do both, but I'm going to combine the two. So let's stick around and see what fragrances I think need more love.
John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got swag.
All right, so first fragrance is kind of a little cheat. And this is why I'm combining the two, because this line, I could do 5-6 fragrances right off the top, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to name the line. It does not get enough love. I consider this niche. It's not designer, although people consider Guerlain maybe a designer, but these are not designer fragrances. These are niche fragrances, and it's the Absolus d'Orient line. I just happen to have Santa Royale in my hand, but the whole line. Okay, I believe there's 6 now. I'm only missing one. I have 5 of the fragrances. They're only $200 for a 4.2. Just an amazing deal, but the Absolus d'Orient line with Guerlain. Go to Guerlain's website. Totally worth every penny. Every single one of them. They're pretty amazing. I will say this. They are slightly different. Each one is slightly different, and I think slightly appropriate for different times of the year, different occasions. However, one of the great things about this line is they all do have kind of a common thread. Like when you smell one of them, you go, all right, this makes sense. This makes sense in this line. It's sort of like Rage Against the Machine, right? I remember someone told me once, Rage Against the Machine, every song sounds alike, right? And I said, well, that's not true. They have a style. And they said, yeah, but they're a one-trick pony. And I said, yeah, and I love that trick. And that's what this line, Absolus d'Orient, does for Guerlain. It's just a stunning line of fragrances. So check them out on Guerlain.com. Next fragrance. It just shocks me all the time that nobody talks about this fragrance. When spring rolls around, no one says a word. I search for it. I think I've seen one reviewer ever talk about this besides me. It shocks me because it's such an amazing fragrance. And I'm talking about Kenneth Cole Black Bold. Ignore this bottle. It doesn't smell anything like the bottle. Okay, this is a spring fresh green fragrance. It has lotus, mandarin orange, ginger, water mint, suede, basil, nutmeg, cedar, woody notes, incense, violet leaf. And this sounds crazy to say because it's a Kenneth Cole fragrance. As far as the projection, okay, it projects really well, but here's what's amazing. The longevity on this is like 7 to 8 hours. This is an absolutely incredible fragrance. I'm telling you, this is something, and by the way, it's like $30 on FragranceNet if you use the Rang 7, which is the 35% off. This is like $30, like $29. This is just an outstanding fragrance. It is, I would pay, I'll give you that. I will always have this, and I would pay $100 for this fragrance. 100%. If I could not get it discounted, I would pay full price. That's how good this is. Kenneth Cole Black Bold. Check. Next fragrance is, not only does this not get enough love, the hate for this fragrance is just unbelievable. I don't get it. I mean, the only thing I can think of is they don't like the personality behind the fragrance. I'm talking Office for Men by Fragrance One, which is a Jeremy fragrance, right? And so people hate it. I mean, people hate on this, but let me tell you, this thing is, look at his fingerprint magnet, of course, but this is amazing for every time of the year, but especially spring, summer. I mean, the let me just say this. I know that people hate on it. I think it's because of the person. They can't separate their appreciation for a fragrance from the personality and the price. I get that. We're going to talk about that. But let me just tell you, Office for Men. Okay. Here's what I get out of this. It smells like a combination of Aventus with Dylan Blue. That's the combination I get. It's like an Aventus Dylan Blue. There is no, look at the note. The notes are ambroxan off the top, bergamot, orris root, middle notes, woody notes, floral, jasmine, ambergris, amber. Base notes, woody notes, musk, patchouli. This is an all-day fragrance, okay? Lasts all day, 8-9 hours for sure. And it smells great, projects really well, okay? And it's long-lasting. And it doesn't have any pineapple listed in the notes, but I will tell you, it smells like pineapple, a little tiny bit of pineapple off the top. And that's why I said it has like an Aventus, but Dylan Blue sort of feel. This thing is stunning. It's a stunning fragrance. Now, the price, that's where, okay, I get it. People don't like Jeremy fragrance. I like him. I listen, everyone's on their own journey. Everybody's on their own journey. And so I appreciate what he does. And he's the godfather, right? I mean, you have to admit that. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of everyone who gets in front of this camera. I am. Because, I think it takes something to get in front of the camera and do this. For me, it's a little different because I've been in the industry for a really long time. And so I don't give myself any credit for doing this. This is what I've done my whole career. But for people who are not involved in the entertainment industry at all, to get in front of this microphone, well, not everyone gets in front of the microphone, but you know what I mean? Get in front of the camera and do anything like any kind of YouTube channel. I'm a fan. So, and he's got charisma, and all that. And so, but let's leave Jeremy fragrance aside. This fragrance is expensive, right? So I think Office goes for, I think it's 180, something like that, 170 or 180. However, that is expensive for 100 mil. Okay, although you wouldn't say that for a niche fragrance, right? And I do, maybe you can consider this a niche fragrance, but never mind that. You can get 2-for-1 deals all the time. I mean, all the time. At least once a week, Jeremy is putting up on his Instagram or putting up on YouTube, hey, 2-for-1. And you don't have to get 2 Office for Men. You can get, they'll charge you for the more expensive one, but you can get a Date for Men, which is pricier, and then you get a free Office, 100 mil. Or you get 2 Office for Men, or you get an Office for Men and a unisex, whatever. You can get 2-for-1, which at that point you're paying like $100 a fragrance. That's every day. That's everywhere. $100 a fragrance, that's what we pay, right? I mean, I know we go to discounters, but I don't know about you, but I paid $100 for 100 mil many, many times. So 2-for-1's not a bad deal. And he has bundles, and the bundles are incredible deals. They are. You have to drop a lot of money, that's the thing. Who wants to, he has a bundle where you get every single fragrance that he has for like $600. That's less than $100 a fragrance, right? I think maybe it's about $100 a fragrance there too. Something like that. And so when you get more than one, it becomes a better deal. So again, I'm not advertising. This sounds like an advertisement for fragrance. Here's the thing. I just don't like, it drives me a little crazy, the hate, right? Just judge it on the fragrance. The fragrance is excellent. If you are an Aventus and or Dylan Blue fan, you'll like this. Take the personality out of it. The fragrance is excellent. Okay, next fragrance that needs more love is an indie house. I love this fragrance. I wear it a lot. I put a dent in this bottle, and it's Mille Ave by Icon de Parfum. And they're out of Arizona. Okay, and I love this. This is a watermelon, bergamot, and cedar fragrance. So you get the watermelon, the bergamot, and spicy. The cedar gives it like a spice. It's I enjoy it. My wife likes it, and this is just I do think you can wear this any time of the year, but this especially. This is amazing spring, summer, early fall fragrance. It's just outstanding. It lasts. I would say this is about a 5-6 hour fragrance. Dries down nicely too, but this is a very good fragrance. 3, I don't, you never know if that's 100% accurate, right? But 3 ingredients, and they work really well together. So again, Mille Ave by Icon de Parfum. Next fragrance, one of the Man, to me, one of the best fragrances I have bought for sure this year so far, but in a long, long time. And I know I did a review on this, and I talked about it, I raved about it, and so, but it gets no love. It doesn't get any love. And that's African Rooibos by Chris Collins. My word. This is a, spectacular tea fragrance. This is a fragrance that smells like you have your crap together. That's what it smells like. This smells like you are a man or woman, okay, that has their crap together. It's like you are just a put together person. You are successful. That's what this smells like. And I said this, it's not sexy necessarily, unless again, success is sexy, right? But this fragrance is just, I cannot get enough of it. I cannot get enough of this. And don't worry, Tyler, I did not forget. I promised Tyler I would send him a decant. I will. But I just love this. Yeah, I love it. And it is pricey. But yeah, Chris Collins, African Rooibos. If you spend a lot of money on fragrances and you don't mind spending a lot of money on fragrances, this fragrance is for you. If you don't spend over $100 on a fragrance, this would not be your cup of tea. No pun intended. Or is it? All right, next one is something I've been ringing the bell on. I've been ringing the bell on this. I don't know if anyone else is. I don't think so, but you know how much I love my Dolce & Gabbana Intenso. I love Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, of course. Love it. This is a little brighter to me on the top, and I love it. It's the most, and I always say this is the most non-offensive fragrance you could possibly wear. When I wore this, my wife loved it. She loved it. I say my one knock on this is it isn't EDP. It isn't EDP, but it doesn't last as long as you would imagine. This is about a 4 to 5 hour fragrance. That's what it is. Maybe 6 if you're lucky, depending on your skin, right? Everyone's a little different, but this fragrance is amazing. You know, it starts with the lavender, the water notes, the basil, the marigold, and the geranium. Now, I've said this before. I get like a lemon meringue off the top as well. A little bit of, not a fresh lemon, like a lemon meringue off the top. I've talked about this before, but the mid notes are tobacco, hay. It's amazing. This brings down the sweetness, right? So it keeps the sweetness from getting too much, and the citrus that I get from getting too much. So just an amazing fragrance. Dries down to a sandalwood, cypress, musk, amber. I love this fragrance. I've been ringing the bell on this for a while. You shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised this made the list. Again, Dolce & Gabbana, Intenso. Next fragrance is something I did review a while back. I enjoyed this quite a bit. No one's talking about it, I don't think. It's interesting. So Monica Cho is a reviewer, and I think that's one of the things. Anytime a reviewer collaborates on a fragrance, I think it gets some hate, right? I do. And I don't know why that is. I have to tell you, I don't have any aspirations like that. I don't. I'm not looking to create a fragrance because I think there's so many wonderful fragrances out there and people with better minds than me for the fragrance world. And so I'm not looking to do that, but I appreciate when people do it, and especially if I'm a fan. So anyway, I think you know what I'm talking about, since I mentioned Monica Cho, which is Carte Blanche. Okay, Carte Blanche is a Italian mandarin, Sicilian bergamot, Guatemalan cardamom, and agresta chord. And the top notes, the heart notes are grilled almonds, benzoin, driftwood, and Java vetiver. Base notes, Indonesian patchouli, Madagascar vanilla, Peru balsam, musk, and ambergris. Whatever. Let me just say this. This is blended so well. And some people want to be able to pick out the individual notes. I love a well-blended fragrance. And I think I said this in the review. This fragrance is so well blended. You can't pick out. Like, for me, this smells like what I imagine the French Riviera would, like what you would want to smell like if you were on a boat on the French Riviera. That's what this smells like. To me, the almonds smooth it out, but it comes across almost almost like a coconut sort of scent, which is interesting. Not too much, not like coconut like suntan oil, not like that, or suntan lotion, right? It's a smooth kind of. It's hard to tell. I could wear this every day. I could wear it every day. So this is a creation from Monica Cho and Navitus. I think he says Navitus Parfum. So check them out. If you know, I got this originally with a really good deal. I got 2 for 1 for her fragrances coming out. I think it's probably around $165 right now, but I think they're running at 20% off maybe. Anyway, it might be, it'll come down at some point, right? I think they all come down a little bit. So I'm not sure how much it is. Actually, you know what? I will tell you. It's only fair. It is $156 right now. $156 for 100 mil. I got to be honest. If I was to ever run out of this, I would pay that. I would, because this is an absolutely stunning fragrance. It is, and I just love it. I mean, when you wear this, people are going to think you spent a lot of money on your fragrance. People are going to wonder how much money you could possibly afford to buy this fragrance. It's that good. So again, Carte Blanche by Navitus Parfum. Next fragrance that needs more love is, I have to tell you, the other fragrances in this line, I feel like do get talked about quite a bit. I don't think this one does, and it's Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Extreme. I adore this, and it's an EDP, first of all, so which is pretty cool. And it does live up to that, lasts longer than the others. Also, it is possible to get this at a reasonable price at this point. I think you can get this on eBay for like $49.99. I think that's what I paid for it, $52. But I see it right now on eBay for $49.99. So this fragrance, I have to tell you, first of all, I don't have a lot of starfruit fragrances, but this is top notes are starfruit, pepper, mandarin leaf. Middle notes are violet leaf, pepper, cardamom, saffron, musk. Base notes, musk, amber, suede, cashmere wood, and coconut milk. This fragrance is good. I mean, good. You would not, if I put this in a different bottle, I don't know, let's say I put this in a Nichane bottle. Now, first let me say, this is not, doesn't last as long as Nichane's fragrances. Let me be very clear. So that would be the first thing people would say. Well, this does not last as long as Nichane. True. But this is all of a 7-8 hour fragrance. And the smell is good. Again, this is a very complex fragrance because it takes you on a journey. This is not a linear fragrance at all. So it starts off, I'm gonna throw it on right now. Okay, ready? So, man, this is nice. It starts off with that, I'm assuming starfruit. I don't know about starfruit, to be completely honest. But you can smell that pepper. You know, you can smell that pepper. It has a little bit of a greenness to it. I love it. I like this a lot. I will tell you, I've worn this a bunch of times. As it dries down, that musk, that amber, and you get a little bit of that coconut milk. Just a little bit, not too much where it's, again, suntan lotion-like. It just adds something to it. It adds like a milkiness to it, a smoothness to it. I'm shocked that no one talks about this fragrance. Does not get enough love, but I'm giving it the love. First Instinct Extreme, Abercrombie and Fitch. Next one is also one of the best pickups I've Take 2. Next one is one of the best. I don't do retakes. Next one is one of the best pickups I've had this year for sure, along with the Chris Collins I mentioned earlier. But this one, man, oh man, this definitely needs more love because I know it's. I don't know if you want to call it younger brother or older sister, younger sister. I don't know, but it's Nichane, okay. Categos. I did a review on this. This fragrance doesn't get the love it deserves. This is a nuclear fragrance as far as longevity. it projects like nobody's business. Like, be careful. Be careful. But this is a predominantly grape fragrance. I said this in the review, so I'm not going to get way into this, okay? If you want to check out my review on Caragos, only actually, I think it's right before this. And what's weird is I noticed I was wearing the same shirt. Why am I wearing the same shirt 2 videos in a row? I don't know. I'm going to say it before you do because you may have noticed. Whatever. It's been a long time between videos. I know, that's the problem, right? I apologize, but I'm back, at least for this video, you know? But anyway, we're in the same shirt. Why would I do that? I noticed too late. I came up to the studio. I looked at my YouTube channel, and I went, oh, I have the same shirt on I'm wearing right now. All right. So, sorry. Anyway, I have one shirt. That's all I own. I own one shirt. So... This is mostly a grape fragrance. The grape carries over the life of the fragrance. I talked about this. I'm not going to get way into this. Nuclear. You want something to last a long time. You want to be able to put something on, go out, and not reapply. Boom. There it is. Give my boy some love. All right, next one, last one. This is 10th. I haven't been counting, but it is 10. Last but not least, oh, I know you thought I wasn't going to put this in the video because Tyler has been trying to steal my fragrance. Just kidding, of course. Fragrances are made to be loved by all. And it's Creed Aventus Cologne. I'm sorry. Creed Aventus, got to give respect, right? It's the king. But this isn't even close for me. Creed Aventus Cologne is by far superior in my opinion because I actually enjoy, the pineapple's fine in Creed Aventus, of course, and it's something that has really sparked a revolution, I would say, in fragrances. But I enjoy this without the pineapple. This doesn't have the pineapple. This is a mandarin, ginger, pink pepper. Top notes, vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, middle notes, and then base notes are musk, birch, of course, tonka, and styrax, which I don't know a lot about. This fragrance, I love it. I mean, this is like so fresh, but it's just so, the ginger and the mandarin orange and the pink pepper work so well together on the top. It's just, I love this so much. I've been searching every cologne company, trying to find a cologne so I don't just blast through this, which as you can see, I don't have a lot left because who wants to buy another bottle at $280 to $350, whatever I can get it at? Plus I have to make sure I get a good batch because the batches have changed and Creed, let's face it, Creed is kind of tanking as far as longevity for sure. And when you pay a lot of money for a fragrance, in my opinion, that's where longevity matters. I'll reapply cheap fragrance, but don't you make me reapply something expensive. Don't you make me do it. Creed. So I've been looking for clones, and I bought a couple clones, and I'll tell you right now, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. I don't want to name companies because they're small companies, and but they did not do it. They did not capture the glory of Creed Aventus Cologne. If you know of a company that does one that I haven't, and when you tell me, I'll let you know if I've bought from them yet. I'll let you know how close it is. I'm about to try another one. Alt Fragrances. I hope you're listening. I'm about to try Alt Fragrances. Aventus Cologne. And we'll see if they do it. But I've tried a couple others, and they were... When I say they didn't hit it, it wasn't good. It didn't smell like it. Not good. So... Creed Aventus Cologne, I love it. And so, even though Tyler did it, I put that on my list too. I had to because I don't think it gets enough love. People talk about Creed Aventus all the time, all the batches and all that. And no one really talks about Creed Aventus Cologne, but it is dynamite. So there it is. Now, I would love to tag someone, but I feel like I'm always like kind of behind on these sorts of things. So I'll tag my man Scott Aromatico if he hasn't been tagged already. So let's try that. I don't know. And you can do, so it's fragrances that need more love. And you can certainly, I combined designer and niche, but you can break them up, whatever you want to do, Scott. So this is to Scott. And again, I know you're busy. You got all kinds of cool stuff going on, cool interviews. Check him out if you haven't. I can't imagine you haven't if you're watching me. But he's interviewing all kinds of dope creators, content creators, and it's pretty awesome to watch, actually. So I want to thank everybody very much for watching. As usual, I want to thank Tyler, my man, for tagging me in this video. My studio's been super hot lately. I'm on a third floor, and it's brutal up here, even when I put the air conditioning on, when it's super, super hot. So it's one of the reasons I've been creating videos. But you don't care about that, do you? Listen, I can get into a whole conversation with myself about that, where thank you. We out.
John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. John Morrell, Fragrance Review. Here comes the swag. Fresh and dope like heroin soap. That man's got swag.